Yeah. This is the slide. So it's basically marketing. Right now we're conducting as part of the ongoing 4-year research, the business continuity. So marketing is part of the business continuity research. So basically we're looking at what marketing activities are done by MSMEs in the local area. So this is what I'll be presenting, the overview and the impact COVID-19 crisis on the MSMEs, especially in the small island called the Belitung Island. So, the overview is that MSMEs in Indonesia accounts for 90% of the business and also 97% of the domestic employment is by the MSMEs, and only about 56% of the investment are channeled to the MSME. So we can see through these figures that MSME play an important role in the economic development of our country. And unfortunately, regarding to the digital platform or the online marketing, only 8 million out of 60 million MSMEs in Indonesia, or only 13%, have joined the digital platform. So this is like an effort to transform our MSMEs to go from the brick and mortar store to online to the online platform. Okay. So this is our case. We've been studying this island. This is called Belitung Island. Belitung Island is destined to be the new Bali of Indonesia by the national government. And currently Belitung Island is a popular tourism destination, and also this year is going to approach the UNESCO for the international status, for the global geopark international status. So is hopefully because of the international branding of the UNESCO Global Geopark, then more tourism will come to the island. And currently there are more than 500 MSMEs there that join the community called the Book and Gallery that cater to the growing tourism industry in the island. But before, Belitung Island is known for its tin mining. So currently the tin mining, many of the mines have closed down in the previous years, and now they are shifting away from the mining industry to the tourism industry. So this is shifting also livelihood from mining based to tourism based, and these are through the growing numbers of the MSMEs that cater to tourism industry. So really my research is quite simple in here. We've been studying the MSME's development in developing its product and assessing the global value chain, and also internationally marketing this new product or this product that are locally sourced. And now, due to COVID-19, we are looking at the marketing activities that are conducted by the MSMEs and what are the impact of the COVID-19 to MSMEs and the marketing opportunities and challenges that they face, because we see prior to the COVID-19 crisis, they also face challenges in marketing their products, and also what are the responses during this pandemic time of the MSMEs to survive and their strategies in the marketing perspective. So, next slide, we'll look at the research. The research is done through the virtual, and before COVID-19, we actually went to was able to visit the MSMEs in the villages. But due to COVID-19, we cannot visit the island anymore, and the island have been closed down in the beginning of the pandemic. So in this study, we designed it in a desk review, key informant interview, focus group, and questionnaire. So it's a mix between virtual and field visits. So for virtual, right now we're going virtual, but we have persons also native to the island that are conducting the surveys there. So it's quite challenging also to conduct this research during the pandemic times because of the uncertainty that we're facing. And in here, this is last year we've been able to publish in the international conference about sorry, this is jumping the slides, about the product, so-called geoproducts. So let me tell you, geoproducts are local-based product based on the geological diversity the area has, and also cultural diversity and the biodiversity. So these products are locally sourced, locally made by the rural community, and they are branded as called the geoproducts. So most of the products in Belitung Islands, they are food products and also handicraft products, and most are made for the tourism market. But some of the products like pepper are well known in the international market and they have been exported. And also coffee, there's a well-known coffee brand also located in Belitung Island, and is also have been exported outside of the island. So MSMEs have been trying to compete for them to try to market these local product into the international market prior to the pandemic. So the pandemic, what happened to these local MSMEs? Well, they've been making these products, the batiks. The batiks are made based on the local motifs of the local plants, the local animals, and the local culture and colors, and they are based by plant-based dyes, so they're safe for the environment. And there's also products of handicraft like jewelry, and here are some handicraft from local coconut leaves and etc. or local plants, and also some handicraft pottery, because Belitung also have some good clay sources that was developed by the rural community into products to sell to the tourism market as souvenirs. But really, we, according to the World Economic Forum Supply Chain and Transport Survey in 2011, we know that there is a risk that we will experience a global pandemic, about 11%. But we haven't taken this risk seriously, and then this pandemic happened. So what does the MSMEs do during this COVID era? What marketing are challenges do they face? This is Nia Eurostia. She is a chili producer and she makes sambal chili sauce that is also for the consumption of the tourism market. This is called the tourist souvenir. But due to COVID-19, the prices of production rise because it's difficult to get some local packaging because the island was shut down for a while, and she saw some difficulty because tourists didn't come to the island when it shut down. So she had to go to online marketing to try to sell these products outside the island using online marketing. So it presents challenges because she's living in the rural areas and also have a limited infrastructure, meaning of the digital infrastructure. So this is what happened to the MSMEs. They have we have a shutdown, we have a home isolation, the small island was shut down, no tourists coming, logistics are there, but very limited to necessities. Supply chain is disrupted, the demand of the current customer was limited. And then hopefully in the future we can, the MSMEs can recover. So this is a study by the National Ministry of MSMEs, and it shows that 46% of the food industry and the creative industry are impacted by COVID-19. And these are where the MSMEs in the small island of tourism operate. So the impact is really devastated to the community in the small island. They have we conducted several FGD in the form of online webinar to talk to them and also to help them promote their products. And in here they talk about their difficulties and the impact of of COVID-19 on their daily operation of their business. And in here, because there's no tourists, 80% of sales have fallen. So you can imagine all the stock that still remains because there's no tourists coming to the brick and mortar store. And Target, as I said before, they used to cater to the tourists that come to the island, but now the target is very limited to the local island. And in here, and raw material rises, difficult to do operational activities, and about 40% of the MSMEs have to shut down, not permanently, but shut down temporarily during some period of time. But to be precise, 47% of the MSME closed their business temporarily due to the COVID-19 condition. And they have about 33% have difficulty in obtaining aid from the government and also from financial institutions. So they're really facing these challenges. And in here, the MSMEs also see that consumers are changing their behavior. They're buying more online, and they're seeking for more healthy product, wellness product, with good agricultural process, and also they're looking that consumers are not paying using digital money, and this brick mortar store is often now closed, and more online, and home cooking, urban farming, healthy lifestyle, and staycation is the trend of the consumer behavior now in Indonesia. And some of the SMEs in the rural area, like this one from the Chendir village, they adapt to this change. That they see that consumers want a healthy product to sustain their healthiness and their wellness during this pandemic. So they made this traditional jamu, or traditional herbal medicine, not medicine, but herbal drink that hopefully can enhance the stamina and the immune system of the consumer. So they made this in the village, and they pack it well, and they have branding and everything. And in here, they have they have gone to online using different kind of platform. Right now, they're just using the Instagram platform. Before, they were just selling these to the tourists that came into the village. So this is what happened. This is the response. Disaster come. The MSME think what to do, how to recover, and how to adapt, because there's no tourists coming. So they have to go online, and they have to do it quickly, and they have to make a product that can be sold outside of the island. So there's a packaging, there's new product materials, there's new product to be designed, and they try to understand what is happening and how long will this be happening. Currently, Belitung Island is open, so there are tourists coming in, but not as much as before. So there is still some business and ongoing tourism is still happening. Okay, and these are they're adapted to the safety and health protocol issued by the government in developing their product and services. So they're packaging the product, making sure that it's safe to deliver to the customer. And this is one of the product of the village is a kind of a lemon syrup, lemon orange syrup, and it used to be a souvenir taken by the tourists, but now can be sold online. And this is also the digital marketing. Some of the handicraft, the batik, the handmade bags, they're sold on the online platform, and the batik is on a display also in Singapore. So there's MSMEs that eventually made it to the outside of Indonesia, to the international market, and there are some which is more MSMEs that are more advanced in the island, but there are also some MSMEs in the rural area that doesn't have the branding, doesn't have the platform online opportunity to go or market abroad. And this is some activities, virtual online activities that we have conducted. The universities, local community, the guild park management, and also the tourism agency of the government in Belitung, in order to promote these products like this tea, this local tea, flavory and the batik and etc. to a market outside of the island. So they're all virtual event activities promoting, and this is also part of our research on how the MSMEs can market their product during this pandemic. And in the FGD that we have conducted, we also have recommended them to do some co-creations with the local stakeholder and also the customer collaboration with the buyer outside of the Belitung Island, reseller in the outside of the Belitung Island, and also agency outside the Belitung Island, and to engage more in customer engaging through the social media, collaborative marketing, meaning that they work together, these small SMEs work together to market the product, and also to the communities outside of Belitung that is willing to help them market the product, and going online, making an online experience for their customer in the marketing their product. But this is still a working process, as I said before. There are only few MSMEs that are advanced, knowledgeable in the online, and there are some MSMEs are still very traditional and have difficulty. So this is a research that has been published last year in the Journal of Hospitality and Tourism and Leisure, and we found that the coffee from the local village that is sold in the local coffee shop has some fans of the coffee community. So the coffee community is spread around the Indonesian archipelago, and this can be an asset for the MSME to market this product to local community that have preference on coffee, because Belitung has a special coffee that tastes very different than other coffees in the other areas. So this is one of our research that we try to promote the local product. Okay, the next slide. Okay, and also the handicraft is also the same. We found that most of the handicraft are locally sourced, and so local materials, but still the capacity of the people still need to be developed, or the MSMEs to organize their marketing efforts, their marketing plan still needs help from the stakeholders involved, meaning academic, business, CSR from large companies. So my takeaway is that MSME play a key role in small island community in economic development of the area, and now they're on survival mode to try to adapt to meet the consumer needs and demand, and they're transforming digital marketing online, and they're trying to do co-creation, they're trying to collaborate, and this is still, as I said, ongoing process. And hopefully by promoting the MSMEs in small island through this webinar, maybe the government and other stakeholders will take in to help these MSMEs in small islands. And I think that's all I have to present. If there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer. And if you think of questions later on, please just contact me through my email or my